Higgsfield AI just released their Cinema Studio, and as you can see from the previous production, it came out pretty sweet. Obviously, in honor of Stranger Things, it's a great show. I love it, can't get enough. I want to walk you through the process of how I actually created this cinematic video. You can be the judge of whether it's worth your time or not, but the quality of the video is ultimately decided by the post-production work that you put into it. AI has gotten very good at creating prompts for you, so it's a matter of just iterating until you get the slices of video that you like. But slicing it up and engineering it in a way that tells a story, it starts with a video framework, proper prompts to get starting images and ending images for each scene, and ultimately taking every video you get, slicing and dicing, and getting it exactly the way that you want it to be. So let's dive right in. I'm going to share my screen. My workflow when creating these videos consists of using ChatGPT and Higgsfield AI. And as you can see here on my screen, I've actually got the Claude extension that can see my screen and act on my behalf. So I'm using a blend of assisted AI that's doing some work for me, but I'm primarily using chat for the prompts and getting the scenes, etc. I'm using Claude to really pinpoint and figure out which type of settings I should use for each scene because it can actually see my screen, so I don't got to screenshot and feed it to chat, right? So where do I begin? Well, I use my custom GPT to get a story outline. So starting off, I prompted it that I wanted to create a cinematic story of 4 scenes, each 10 seconds long, and I wanted to be sci-fi based off of Stranger Things, and it gave me the story concept as well as the 4 scenes. So typically what I would do is I would say, for scene 1, I need a starting image prompt for Nano Banana, referencing image 1 as me in the prompt, right? He needs to be worn out, looks like he's been in battle, and I'm referencing scene 1, of course. We got prompt 1 here, and we're doing things a bit different. We're not using Nano Banana, we're actually using Cinema Studio. So we'll go over to image, we'll take this, we'll paste the prompt, we'll take the reference image, we'll paste it in, and we click generate. And this is ultimately your choice, but if you want variations, you would go ahead and you take each varied prompt, leave the image, and run it 1, 2, 3, C, D. You'd run it 4 times. You pick the one that you really like best. You can even ask AI, or if you want to ask Claude, and you can download it, just search up Claude Google extension. You say, hey, which one do you like on my screen best? And it'll tell you, right? And this was my initial starting image. This is the one that I chose. So for the first video, I didn't use an end frame. All I did was take the initial video, and I went to image generations, and I took the first one right here, placed it in, and I actually used Claude for this. You don't have to, you could just use chat. But because there are different movements, I wanted to know what it thought was best. And the one that I did use was dolly in because it fit the scene. We're just going to click dolly in. You can ask chat, screenshot it, which ones that it might think was best based off of the context from the story that it actually gave you with the 4 scenes. Okay, so I asked it for the prompt for scene 1. We're referencing this as the starting image, and you place it in. We go ahead and we generate. Now, this is where things get a little interesting and maybe a little bit confusing, but don't worry, I got you. We open up the starting image, we'll copy it, you paste it, and you take the starting image from scene 1, and you'd ask it to create a starting image for scene 2. So what we would do is we'd reference image 1, we put this here, and it's gonna create the starting image for scene 2. And then I got the starting image for scene 2. And this is what I did next. I took it, copied it over, pasted it in, and I prompted it that I needed the ending frame for scene 2. But I plugged in the first frame from scene 2 to get the end frame for scene 2, if that makes sense. So now, when I got this prompt, I went ahead, and just as a disclaimer or a forewarning, sometimes the prompts from chat are too long for Cinematic Studio. So if you see that it's cut off, you're going to have to ask it to create a compressed version. Moving forward, I referenced the starting image from scene 2, gave it the prompt to create the end image for scene 2, referencing this one, and then it created this one. I did them out of order on accident, but I'm just going to now verbally explain rather than going through each one, save you some time so we can go on to the video side of things. You take the starting image from the first scene, You use that, plug it into chat, ask it to create the starting image for scene 2 based off of the story. Once it creates that first frame from scene 2, you take that first frame, plug it into chat, ask it to give you a prompt for the end frame for scene 2 referencing the first frame, and then so on and so forth. End frame of scene 2 is the reference image that you ask for a prompt for the first image of scene 3. Same thing, starting image of 3, prompt for ending frame of scene 3, end frame of scene 3, and then so on and so forth. Hopefully you're getting the gist. It's really that simple for the image generation side of things. I would suggest just creating all the images first, feeding them back into chat and saying, hey, does this sequentially make sense based off of the story that we created together? It's probably gonna be like, yeah, buddy, you did great. It's like, okay, does it though? Ask it, give it, a look over, get your own feel for it. And then for the first video, we just used the starting image for scene 1. We didn't need an end frame. You don't need to, but I would just reference the starting image here, like I showed you for scene 1 in the beginning. Scene 2 went to start frame, image generations. I went to the starting image of scene 2, told you I did them out of order. It was this one for end frame. You would say, I need the prompt for starting image and end frame of scene 2. And if you did a good enough job of feeding the images back, it has an idea and already has the context of the story. So even if it didn't see those images, it already understands how the story should go. All right, so make sure that it's compressed enough that it all fits in. Synth swell, okay, it's working. You generate it. That would be for scene 2. You do the same thing for starting image and end image of scene 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I did a copy of one. But basically the same process for scene 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? You with me still? You wait, grab a cup of coffee, have a snack, download each video, and bring them into your video editor. And let me just put this out there. I am not a professional video editor by any means. I just do what I need to do to get what I need to have done. Okay? So if you're anything like me, you should have no problem getting this done. It takes a little bit of know-how, a little bit of tinkering, but once you get it, you got it. Some people use OBS Studio. I don't know if you could edit on that, but I use Descript, small subscription. I take the videos, I upload them, I place them in the right order. I find a nice song that might fit, and I listen to the beats. Quick tip, follow the beat of it. When things switch, if the beat hits, switch it over to the next scene. And that's it, guys. Now, when it comes to the Cinematic Studio, I think it's super sick. I think there's 1,010 ways to use it. It's ultimately up to how creative you want to be with your creation process and how well you can prompt. So if you enjoyed this content, consider subscribing. It's really the best way to support me. Comment any feedback you have on any of my videos as to how I can make things better for you. And if you'd like access to my custom prompts and AI templates, consider joining my school. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I get to see you on the next one. Take care.